Welcome to the webinar. Hello, my name is Alex, and we are, we are happy that you landed on our webinar, 3 Steps How to Crush Parenting in 2019. So, I was born in Russia, and I spent first of my 10 years there. Back then, in the 1990s, I saw my first computer, and it was a love from first sight. Back then, behind the Iron Curtain, there was no consoles, there was no nothing, and had to make our computer in our home a do-it-yourself project. So it was a big metal box with big buttons from the Radio Shack, and it was an Atari lookalike. So that's what I played first time. And I played many hours in that machine with big buttons until my fingers all went numb. So about in the year 2000, 1992, I relocated to Israel, and then I had my first real computer. And since then, for 30 years, I have been an active gamer, and I have played every game that I could have laid my hands on. Since then, I've got married, and I became a father, and I still enjoy video gaming occasionally. In today's masterclass, we're gonna go over 3 steps how to crush your parenting in 2019. First one is how to crush your digital enemies. The second one is how to leverage on failure. And the third one, how to reboot your parenting role model. So for now, I would like you to mute yourself and hold the questions until the Q&A section. You can write your questions in the chat below, and I will answer them after that I finish the talk. So probably you're here because you're about to embark on a journey in the near years. Because for now, you have some kind of lost connection to your K to 12-year-old child that is playing computer games, and he's becoming more agitated when you're trying to limit him on his computer gaming. What you would like to see is how to grow your bond and as a role model, be a role figure in your child's life again. So first one, I'm going to tell you how to reboot your parent. The story goes like this. My mom was never into computers. She always had a little phobia from it. And when I got my first computer and started to play video games, she always said me, come on, you're wasting your time. It looks like nothing. It looks like waste of time. And go do more important stuff. And as the years go by, the phobia of the computers grew and grew. And she was practically referring to the computer as the hell box. So time has passed, and she was compelled by her education system, which she is working with, to purchase a computer and to use it in the interactive classroom with the children. At that point, she turned to me and asked, could I teach her computers? So little by little, we went through all the stages for operating the computer system and making the most of it. Making PowerPoints, Word, making games, and presenting to children in the K-12 class that she's been teaching math there. So what happened? From being a hell box and something that divided us in the past, we already made a connection over the computers and rebooted our parenting in that area. So what I would like you to do is team up with your child and ask him what is this new on a computer, how he's affected by it, what he learns from it, and together research this new term called esport. Esport is developing scene of people playing video games for money and in a competitive way. This esport grows each year about twice the size, and currently it surpasses some of the traditional sports like soccer, like basketball, in revenues and in people that are watching. The second one, what I would like you to leverage on failure. So the story goes like this. As a child, I used to play chess with my father. So I was about 10 years old and we played almost every day. But I was not that good at chess in the beginning and I basically lost a lot of times, right? So my father told me, come on, don't be discouraged. Let's play again. Let's study. Let's go buy the moves. Let's practice some more. And don't be discouraged to fail again. So it was the same thing like with my mom when she tried to learn the computer. Um, at first, it looks like a hell box and said, come on, I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe I will not learn the computer ever. And I told her, you have to do it. And nobody is born with that knowledge. So you have to do it. And it starts with baby steps and then you can grow in it. So if you fail in the beginning, you can always improve on the next time. So what I would like you to do with your child is to discuss with him how the failure is the way to success. You should show them by example how mastery comes through fail and trial. So they will not be afraid to try again. Why would that be? Because sometimes they not playing the games but watch the other YouTubers and other players do this amazing game, and the children themselves never try to play the game by themselves because they feel incompetent. They will not be as good as the other players on YouTube, but they must understand that those YouTubers had a lot of practice, they failed a lot of time, and now they are that good because they tried and failed for 1,000 times. So the third story goes like this. I was brought up in the 80s and the 90s, in the previous century, when video games were just a novelty and playing them over an hour would be called an addiction. So I always felt the pressure to disengage and pursue traditional trades, to play soccer, to play basketball, but still, me and my dad, we always played video games and we always cheat for each other, sometimes staying hours on it and did some great things. And to this day, my dad and I, no focus, always have this connection about video games and we're still playing the same games. We're trying to excel at those and we're always talking about what is the best new hardware, what is the best new software, how to crush some digital enemies in this game that we play together, and we always compete who will finish the game first. So the action I would like you to take here is to pick a game, play with your child, and crush those doubts and win a lifetime bond. Because if you play with them now, they will have this bond, they will have this talking point over dinner. They will not be like, oh, school, it's okay, and they go to their room. You can have a meaningful bond with them. So let's go back to the esports. The revenue in the year 2017 for esports was $110 billion. And in competitions that happened in the last 2 months, first prizes went as high as $250,000 and the total prize collection was about $25 million. So this is growing opportunity for you and your child to finally um, be the first one, be the pioneers in the esport game. So in 5 to 10 years, well, all the production lines will be automated. We would need to be able to be our entertainers. So esport, because it is growing at an incredible rate, will need more athletes, more commentators, coaches and mentors and public speakers and public figures. So because of the traditional sport will decline over the years and the esport will um, be more and more popular. Why would that would happen? Because all the kids that were born in year 2000 and onwards are playing video games. It's no longer a taboo. They're playing video games, they're competing with their classmates, they're competing in their community, they're getting feedback, and we need to encourage them to take this journey to be the top 0.010%. Okay, yes. So I would like to offer you to join the course that I am building for parents and their video gaming children. So the course would be a 6-module course. So 3 of those I will show you today is how to reboot your parenting role model, how to get up on the platform, play the video games, how to tune your peak performance, how to leverage on failure, and how to handle physical and mental health. Because the question always arises, why do they sit so many hours in the front of the computer? It's maybe not healthy for them, but all the top athletes in the esport area, they have their own regimen of food, of exercise, of mental exercise. So don't be discouraged by that section of not being able to be fit. And in the last, how would you crush your digital enemies? How will you join your children and how are they will become the influencers of tomorrow? So this product will normally cost you about $200 because if you will take a mentor or a coach for video games, they charge about from $10 to $50 an hour, and this is a lot for, and they teach only a specific game. So because our product is just beginning to take traction, we're going to offer it for only $99. So how much a lifetime bond with your child would cost you? How badly do you want it? Anyway, $99 is not a big sum of money, but what I would like you to do is if you join this course during the webinar, it will cost you only $27. So we are giving you a chance to reboot the bond with your child. And you can test this program for 30 days and we guarantee a money back. If you do not like the product and you did all the assignments, we would refund you happily, and so you will not feel discouraged to buy it now. So for now, we have only 5 spaces left on this webinar, and just for now, in the next 5 minutes, I would like to offer you a bonus. So the bonus is a 15-minute live talk with you that will discuss individually your problems and what you are facing in your current situation. Our course is unique. We're offering a AAA accountability system. First of all, each module comprises of 2 hours of live video conferencing call mentoring you how to crush your digital parenting. Second, we have a private Facebook group of like-minded individuals that want the same and has the same goal to win back their bond with their child. Also have A third layer is a 7-weekday email support on any question you have. We will be gladly to answer you. So if you buy now in the webinar, you will get the course with 12 hours of live lessons. You will have the 3-layer accountability system. You will have the course for $27. You will have a 15-minute private call to discuss all your problems. And you have the money back guarantee, 30 days. If you bought it, you can refund you. So I would like you to go now to the chat where I'm posting the link to go and to buy our product. Don't be afraid, you can talk to us, but this offer stands only for this webinar. Okay, so now is the Q&A. We have 5 minutes for Q&A. I see Jens and Abhinav on the call. Would any of you like to click in and ask a question? Yes, Abhinav, I see you were trying to unmute yourself.
I just tried to click on your web link and I think I'm having trouble accessing it.
Okay, okay.
Just says, cannot
have...
find your website.
Okay, let's see. It's one letter missing. Okay, I tried again. So,
okay.
What do you think about the webinar? Do you have any question?
I guess I don't actually have kids, but I guess the question would be, I know it's tempting for a lot of parents, or at least if I imagine myself being a parent, to play like shooter games with my kids. What would you suggest would be a good shooter, which is not like very heavy mature rating, but any type of games that would work well? Or would you recommend we start off with a console? Because with PC, I imagine there's a lot more equipment to handle, but at console, they're sitting right next to me. Which of these experiences would you think would be better as far as bonding goes?
There's no actually guideline. Go with the kids, what they like. There's tiers of the gaming ratings for every group age. So just pick a game. I'm sure they know what game they want to play because their peers talk about the games. So basically, if for 6 to 8 years old, I would go with Minecraft because it teaches them a lot of things. It's like basic math, basic financing, right? Because you have to manage your resources, and the game is endless. There's lots of modes, and you can have the education mode of the Minecraft game. So they have prepared lessons for kids in the 1st and 2nd and 3rd grade. So Minecraft would be best. Also, we have Overcooked, so it's a nice game about fast fingers, how to prepare meals, but fun game. You can start with those. You can always type Google what is the best game for, I don't know, kids your age.
Would you also recommend something like, at least I remember back in the day when my dad used to play games with me, we used to play like text-based adventure games. So basically it was kind of like reading a novel, but it's more interactive because it's a game. I'm not sure how popular it is today, but do you think that's something that could make a comeback to like a story time with kids, but playing a game itself? Or
yes, there's lots of games like that. It's called quest games, and because in the days the graphics were very heavy on the computer, so you had only text. But now you have the text and the cartoons. So one of my favorite was Discworld. and you had to read a lot.
Discworld. Okay, I haven't heard of that now.
Discworld is some magic kingdom where death takes a break and nobody dies.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. That sounds like a fun game. Okay.
Yes,
I think I only remember playing like Zork.
but reading aloud, and there's I think a company that's called
Telltale Games, yeah.
Telltale Games. Yeah, and that's what they're focusing on, telling children stories. You can
I
have
think those, yeah, that's a good point. I do remember like some of the Telltale games are very heavy on the story, but I guess it depends which game you want to pick with your kid. Because if it's like, what's that zombie game? I forget the name, which is part of a TV series as well. The Walking Dead series, yeah. Because that's a little, I imagine that would be very heavy in terms of emotional uh, things. Because I'm not sure how that would impact the younger
you need
child.
to check
Yeah.
the age restriction.
Yeah, I think they have one as well, but I imagine because I think in that age group, because the kid's brain is still growing, they're very curious and absorb everything very quickly. Uh, Maybe I sometimes don't feel like reading a book, so having some sort of an adventure game would really fill in that gap because I also get to enjoy it. And at the same time, if I'm enjoying it, I'm sure the kid will also observe me enjoying it. They themselves will also get engrossed in it, and they'll also take an interest.
The one will be
Yeah,
created if you're sitting
yeah,
together and stuff together.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, that's
everybody's
okay.
in their own realm.
Okay.
So I'm about to end in about 2 minutes. So go to the link, and if you like to buy, just read through the course material. It will be updated in a few days. The course will start in about February 1st after the holiday seasons. Finish with all the winter breaks.
Okay.
So it's just $27. Come on, it's maybe 2 McDonald's meals, maybe an ice cream in Disneyland, right? But
Hmm.
I think it's worth it now because it's gonna go up to 99 at the February 1st.
Okay.
So Jens, if you have a quick question, we have like 1.5 minutes. Thank you, Abhinav, for questions.
No worries.
No, not a question. Just wanted to say that it's quite a good idea from Abhinav to ask for recommendation for games, and this is, I guess, what you should provide a list of games, because with what you know about games, and Abhinav say, oh, I haven't heard about this one. I guess if you deliver things like that, like a recommendation list from Alexander Luria,
It will be a
what?
part of the course material, right?
Yeah, great, very good. Yeah.
So I have to finish the call now. So thank you.
Okay.
And if you have questions, you can write me an email. There's an email on the site. Thank you very much. Goodbye.